We know heroin, meth, dope in general, we know they're not sustainable. They're not logical. It's not fulfilling. I mean, we rationalize this shit, bro, because that's what society encourages us to do, to avoid reality, to avoid the impact of the results of these things, and to base our decisions on what satisfies us, right? But check this out. I mean, I have to clarify before I say anything that whether it's heroin or meth, whether it's fentanyl or Xanax, irregardless, I mean, them substances are not sustainable, fool. There's no rationalizing that shit. It leads to death. It leads to children being dismembered. It leads to bad things manifesting, right? And the elitists, them individuals in major positions of wealth and power, them politicians, them corrupt celebrities, the old family lineage or blood money, homie, that's passed down through family lines, like Rothschilds, Halliburton. There's families that are very powerful. There's elitists that are very powerful. I mean, and they maintain their positions of wealth and power by encouraging us to distort, complicate reality, and to run away from the inconvenient realities that we're supposed to acknowledge. Real shit. Now, heroin kills people, homie. Heroin's not realistic. Heroin will fuck your life up and devour you, right? But heroin, even though it causes death, meth causes people to kill. We're seeing people downplay meth. We're seeing people act as if meth isn't nearly as bad as heroin, because heroin can kill you. Bruh, meth causes people to murder. Meth causes people to chop their own babies up and throw them in microwaves. There's thousands of documented cases in regards to meth causing parents to murder their own toddlers, homie. Okay? So if you think that meth is less dangerous, you think it poses less of a threat in comparison with garga or any other substance, think again. You're performing mental gymnastics. I mean, that's exactly what the elitists want us to do. They don't want us to acknowledge the irrefutable statistics and realities. They want us to base things on how it makes us feel, homie. Now, a lot of people think they got a strong mind when it comes to meth, too. Fentanyl, we're seeing kill. We're seeing fentanyl pop up. If you don't know what it is, fentanyl is basically like the crack version of heroin. What I mean by that, it doesn't get you all cracked out. It's short-lived. It doesn't last long. You know, when you take a hit of crack or whatever, you got to keep getting more and more rock, bro, because the high doesn't last hours and hours. So you got to continuously seek out more crack. Well, fentanyl's the same. It's just the opiate version. It gets you really high. It's a really potent opioid high, but it's very short-lived. So after a couple hours, you're already starting to get sick again, and you're seeking your next fix. So that's why it's like the crack version of heroin or garga, right? Now, we got fentanyl popping up, and it's doing that. It's killing people. It's overdosing. It's causing them to seek the drug out a lot more rapidly and continuously, right? But meth. I'm not saying that you could go do a bunch of fentanyl. It's okay, because it's not meth. It's not what I'm fucking saying. I'm saying if you do any of these things, it's going to lead to death, homie. It's going to lead to murder. It's going to lead to evil manifesting. It is what it is. There's more to life than what we see and touch on top of all this shit. But I wanted to acknowledge how meth is an animal in its own, bro. You got to understand that the Japanese utilized it as kamikaze pilots. In capsule form, they swallow meth, flew their planes and enemy navy vessels and shit. Kamikaze pilots. Then Hitler further synthesized it and gave it to his troops. There was meth kits. They're meant to be utilized in times of war if you feel like you're going to be overtaken by the enemy and you got no food rations. And you know you're going to die sometime soon. You're supposed to do meth because you don't care whether you live or fucking die and you don't got to eat. Bruh, that's what it was designed to do. It doesn't matter if you have a strong mind. It might take you 30, 40, 50 years before you lose your fucking mind. But you're going to lose it. It's called drug-induced psychosis. It's called sleep deprivation. It's called REM, dreaming while you're still awake. That's why people hallucinate. That's why they kill their kids. They're depriving themselves of sleep. It doesn't matter. You might think, I got a good heart, I got a strong mind. It doesn't matter, homie. Your body shuts down because you haven't slept enough, and you start dreaming while your body's still functioning physically, and then your kid turns into a little creature or an alien or something. Or you see a little demon trying to get into his skin or something, and you try to rip him into pieces to save his life. Bro, you're just hallucinating. You wake up home and your children's dismembered, you got his organs all over you. Why did I do meth? Just accept it, homie. This shit leads to mania and chaos and evil manifesting. It's not fulfilling, sustainable, or realistic. Not only that, but there's evil people in major positions of wealth and power who encourage and rely upon the use of meth and other drugs to trap us as the masses and stop us from uniting and evolving alongside each other. You don't got to dwell on any of this problematic shit, but you got to reflect momentarily so you can pull yourself from that trap, so you can realize that your eyesight, that your use of your limbs, regardless if you have that or not, there's always something to reflect on and be grateful for. I mean, there's people in our movement, that are blind, that are deaf, and they still live for more than themselves. They still exist. And it isn't to do dope, bro. It's to help stop the destruction of the planet. And they can't even see, bro. So we have to start being grateful. We have to start reflecting on the paramount life aspects instead of continually dismissing and disregarding them as if we're entitled to those things. And there's nothing we could possibly be grateful for. There's nothing that can bring us peace of mind and ground us in reality, homie. Real shit, reality is not our enemy, homie. Them creeps in power. loving their blood diamonds and their Gucci scarves, homie, made by child slaves, popping Xanax, drinking daiquiris, homie, and snorting coke, homie, and doing dope, and drinking Adderall, all spun out in their fucking 3-piece Banana Republic suit with a brand new Miata, or the brand new Range Rover, or Bugatti, or Maserati. Homie, I'm telling you, the Rolls Royce, bruh. They're strung out, they're delirious, they're miserable. 85% of our populace are strung out in either alcohol, antidepressants, anti-anxiolyticals, hard dope. There's a reason to this. I mean, it's by design. Them elitists, they sold their soul and they lost their way a long time ago. And instead of relinquishing the meaningless bullshit to lead by example and to develop a fulfilling solution-based purpose for the masses to adhere to, they're trying to get us to sell our souls and fall into that same trap. Misery requires company. Now, they have to do horrible things. They have to encourage addiction and misery and depression and pills and dope and division and racism and chaos to maintain their power. But you got to understand there's more to this. There's a spiritual aspect. There's a mental aspect. Misery requires company. There's more to this life than what you see and touch. They're tied in with all of the evil and all of the bad and all of the emptiness and all of the misery, homie. They have nothing internally. Now, the young developing mindsets around the elite, their youth, homie, that have all the power and resources and the foundations for success, and that control, homie, and authority, we can hopefully reach them. They don't have to grow up and live just like their diabolical parents or family members before them. We can get a young developing mindset around the elite to basically realize that their way of life is substituting them for fulfillment, peace of mind, solution-based purpose or point to their existence, genuine confidence, the shit that you can't simulate or replicate or substitute for, the shit that's internal, and the shit that's paramount, homie. The shit that life really revolves around. Not fame, sex, and money and mental gymnastics. The paramount life aspects. We can get them to realize, homie, what that world-destroying ideology leads to. Their own misery. Alongside our planet's destruction, we can get a young mindset around the elite to change things, homie. To divert those resources. So accountability and discipline can apply to everyone equally. We can get everybody to unite and evolve, be present in reality, and to evolve past our addictions, our character defects, and false entitlements, the meaningless, unfulfilling bullshit that turns life, which is simple and rewarding, homie, into something that's complicated and intricate, homie, and ominous, and something we're just simply entitled to, fool. So it's meaningless, homie. That's what they want us to view life as, instead of simplifying and appreciating life and continuously growing and leading by example, bro. Real shit, homie. That's crazy. Hit that notification button, though. You ought to know how we rocking. They be trying to stop our videos from hitting our own subscribers, bro. They're trying to stop us with crazy algorithms, all kinds of digital chaos. The more that your message consists of reality and solution, the more you will face obstacles and limitations. But they don't count on people, they don't count on realists, homie, or people who care about the planet investing. I mean, that's where they fucked up, bro. We be investing. You think this is, oh, I just make videos and then that's it. Nah, homie. We be investing our time, our energy, and our resources. It's not if, it's when, bro. It's not if, it's when. Trust and believe. We have other routes. We have other plans, homie. This is part of the plan. And it will tie into the finish line, trust and believe, but it's just a part of it. Hit that notification button, though. Let me know what you think of the situation. Discipline, logic, reflection, homie, unity, sustainability, efficiency, homie. That's what it comes down to. Discipline, solution, and efficiency, homie. Hit that notification button, though. Make sure it's on all. You know, that's going to better the chances at this mayhem not hindering us so much on these social media platforms. You feel me? You got to make sure you hit that notification button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure, if we have the ability to receive them notifications, you're going to get them. You know what I'm saying? But regardless, homie, we're going to right these wrongs. I'm going to overcome these obstacles and this corruption, homie.